haka jelang kabala penlong haka pang parliamentary politics and political participation kabala Pynïaid ka Department of Political Science bat ka IQAC Sankardev College ya kabala khot karpang ikigertong kentop ki sengsang perthai ki badan jingthmu ban penyikun ya election MP sa Lok Sabha na Shillong Parliamentary Constituency lala ban sakhi ya ka jingwan ban simanta jugi kertong bat ki nongmi khmat na ki seng bafer Hakani election Lok Sabha MP yang menta ki seng ke bala penbana ki kentop yak NPP ka seng ke bala lam khamat yak sarkar MDA tu ke bala rai ban penyekun ka kong Ampareen lingdo ka Congress ka mi khamat menta yak Shillong Parliamentary ke bala penyang biang do MP ba menta uba Rynsan pala ka UDP ka badon hak sarkar MDA ka bayang hakalama jong ka RDA UDP but HSPDP do ba Robert Jun Kharjarin ka Voice of People Party ka ba penyang do Dr. Ricky Sengkon bat u kertong simen uba lakon kama Henry ka BJP ka ba 4 permana kerteng jong u kertong kalaya simenta hakani Rynsan ka ba ailat kuma 10 minit ik ba simenta ki ba kentop ik kertong bat nomi khmat ki baja ki kentop ya ka kertong ka NPP ka Dr. Ampareen lingdo bat ka ba khlampa satya do nu nong mikmat bandan menta kat ba ka Congress pan kalapha do nong mikmat jongka Manuel badwar babat ko musketri pakmi yak social media bat ka BJP ka ba 4 permana kertong lapha do nong aikitin uba mare hom kharang ki kertong ki balawan mikmat daladie ki kentop jong ka seng UDP uba Robert Jun u Dr. Ricky na ka VPP bat u kertong simet uba lakon Hakani Rynsan hadin ke jingpen sngo jing kertong bat ki nong mikmat na kiseng yala kimat bat ki jingthmu na kementa ka ni election kala denru ka kenta jong ka jingkeli ya ka ba ki nong hikai ki samla puli bat ru ki ba khot sngo bha kila bu ik jingkeli hakmat ki kertong bat ki nong mikmat jong ki seng san perthai
2 days you have to travel by train only to cross this border. They are much more developed simply because I have already adopted a zero tolerance policy on corruption and corrupt practices simply because I believe that if we don't practice clean politics, and I'm not here, I've always said this, I'm a teacher first. What I say is the court here and you will be recording it. I stand here and whatever I'm saying I stand by it, and you will see that my wife is also present here and she's of course all the time in my campaign, not just to add beauty to my campaign, but it's also important that she listens to what I say. Tomorrow if I become rogue, you elect me and I become rogue, you can make her accountable because she is witness to whatever promise I have made. And I stand here with a firm commitment that I am not here to earn money. I have done enough for myself. Time has come that I give back to the state. And I believe that if you elect me as your MP, I will be the one raising your concern that why we are backward, why there is so much of corruption, why there is no development in the last 52 years, how long will we wait? And this is the question I ask myself. If it was possible for me to wait, I would have waited 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We are already late vis-a-vis the developmental promise.
I brought here, in this bag, something which, as a party, we would really love to see, with so much of potential that we have. We, as a party, we would like to see innovation in our state. There is so much that we can do. This is a box, Meghalaya in a box, where we have all the products that, from the states. You talk about ginger, you talk about cinnamon, you talk about black pepper, and so on and so forth. These, if processed and packed neatly and presented to the world, I'm sure this will really boost the agricultural sector and also boost the rural economy and can also take care of the unemployment that we are talking about. Employment is there, opportunities is there. It's just that we need to see. And so as a party, this is what we present to you. And finally, our party has a vision, and that vision is to revive, to restore and transform Meghalaya through the principle of clean politics. Thank you.
We have a different land tenure system comparable to the rest of India. If this is not respected, I do feel that our right on our land and resources is not respected. The Honorable Supreme Court has already declared that the minerals and the land belong to the individual and the clan and the community in the state of Meghalaya. So I do feel that we need to review and revisit how the MMDR Act, which clearly say that you need to lease your own mineral, your own land from the government who is not the owner of the land. This is something that we will try to relook and revisit the fact that the President of India has not given and assent to the demand of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly to exempt MMDR Act is something that we would like to pursue in this election. And if elected, we would like to have a proper discussion with the government of India to ensure that our land right is respected at the earliest. Last but not the least, my dear friends, we have a bigger problem. Each and every family in our society now has a biggest problem, and that biggest problem is how we challenging the rampant selling of illegal drugs into the state of Manuel. If we look into this issue, let me finish with this few points. If we look at this issue, we know that most of the drugs, especially cocaine and heroin, has been transported from outside the state into our state. So we feel that we need to strengthen an anti-narcotic cell, especially to ensure that this drug came from outside may be stopped at all costs. Drug is a global problem. We would like to ensure that the external affairs of the government of India has to impose sanction on those countries who used to produce illegal drugs. And I do feel that if we can do this, we will see a much better future in our state. Thank you so much.
The other promises in which the party is making is saying that secure employment is also extremely important, especially the contractualization of work when it comes to government jobs. You see, we are a state in which there are 38 lakhs population. But if you look at the government jobs, the count of government jobs here, hardly 1.5. You look at Sikkim. Sikkim is a 98 lakhs population, but the count of government jobs is in excess of 2 lakhs. So the percentage of government jobs that are available, if the state mechanism would have functioned much better than it is, rather than all the loot that is happening, there's an ample opportunity to create even better jobs in the government. And effective jobs, I might say. So that is another thing I think, at least from the Congress perspective, we are looking at it in a very serious way and have given it one of the promises. The fifth promise that I'd like to talk about is also what we call as this, the plan, especially for entrepreneurs. So we have entrepreneurs at every level. What we've been seeing, and as I said earlier, that the Indian economy is only growing, but growing only to the top echelons. We want to change that. We want to change that economic development to come to the lower section. And for which the corpus of funds in which we have already seen that is being done by the various governments, but we'd like to reach out even more. More towards the rural belt, more towards the people who actually need, and not just the fluff which is on top. We will not obviously just run schemes on wine making, which we obviously know that wine making is being made by only the privileged part of the society, but we'll do other things which is more important. Maybe we'll be able to reach out. And these are the only 5 promises.
BJP, in the last, when you brought up the name the tickets for more than 100 candidates, 30 sitting MPs were not given the ticket again. Why? Because of non-performance. That is the beauty of this party. You may, being a daughter or being a son of a neta, a senior neta will not help you. Being a sitting MP will not guarantee you for a ticket. Your performance will ensure you that you get a ticket. So we will ensure that an MP that you have voted, that he performs so that he can come again in the next term as your MP. And I remember, I will just read through this quotation. We should measure the prosperity of a nation not by the number of millionaires that we have, but by the absence of poverty, the prevalence of health, the efficiency of the public schools, and the number of people who can do and read worthwhile books. And this is what the BJP will deliver to you if you consider that the BJP is the best party for you. I've seen the other panelists talking about secular. Probably we will have to debate a different session probably on secular, because I have a lot of grounds to defend that BJP is very much a secular party.
Habatin, pej bahagi kishab plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataya kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau kau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pej ya kishab plus F haka jingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la aikan diat bat ka bathau bha kam kta ika dur jingki marbam ka jing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki. Balehi banai kita. Kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan. Ka kot ka kia. Ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki marba modon ka sharp plus F menta kasni.
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.